I'm Hezekiah.
And I'm Chris, and we're from Abide Global. Today we have a new multi-part series for you here for Tech Tuesday. We're going to cover the best computer for school, work, gaming, and then the all-in best choices. Let's get into it.
Okay, we're back. We're going to be starting with the first on the list. For school, we have 4 computers in total. So the first one is a 2020 13-inch M1 MacBook Air refurbished. Some of the cheaper options, and it's a Mac. This goes for $850 on sale. My mom has one, and it's has no trouble.
That's right.
It runs perfectly well. So if you're doing browsing, taking notes, in school, you won't really need anything with a bunch of power and speed and fans and all this. So it's a fanless computer. Yeah. But it is very speedy.
Now, where was this on sale at?
Amazon.
Yeah, so the best thing that I can say is get good at shopping. I know that sounds terrible, but whether you do it on the Apple website, they have a refurbished page.
Oh yeah.
Or if you go to Amazon or some reputable place, you want to find the deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so 2020 was not that far ago. I wish it were further. We all, I think, do. But the M1 Silicon from Mac is still so top notch. Yeah. And
there's still people nowadays still on M1.
That's right. And then not only that, you can still modify the size of the hard drive, things like that. And so, you're not locked into something that's like an end all be all. But as Hezekiah was saying, for $850 compared to a lot of systems out there now with the same type of horsepower, I mean, it's a really hard deal to beat. Yeah. It's fanless, as he said. And so, really you would think that it gets hot, but it's not noisy and it doesn't get hot, and so really streamlined, really thin kind of computer. And so the only thing I would even remotely worry about is just having a hard shell case or something for you to carry it in. But that'd be the only thing I would add to this.
A little handheld bag, you can just put it in, zip it, and then maybe just take it out.
And I'm the type that I do screen protectors on all my stuff, and so I would just recommend to you do a screen protector. If you're worried about the glass and you don't want to pay to get it screen replaced. But other than that, I mean, $850 for a M1 system is top notch.
Yeah, pretty good.
So the next one we have, it's a 2022 13-inch as well, the Surface Pro 9. Now this one is the tablet laptop combo. For those that kind of need some flexibility, it's $885 on sale. Is this the Microsoft Store?
This is also Amazon.
Amazon as well.
Amazon.
And so, Amazon finds, can't beat it. I mean, I don't know if these are Black Friday.
I think they're all Prime too. So
okay, so I mean, they're gonna ship fast. Yeah. These are just really good deals. The thing I like about the Surface tablets is they've been doing the whole pen thing for quite some time. True. And so they're really hard to beat if you're a handwriter or if you're an artist and you want to be able to draw or color with the various apps that are available out there. And so if that's you and you're taking this to school and you're doing an art class or you want to take notes, they've been doing the pen game for a while and they have it figured out. And so very good pens, very good responsive surfaces. The Surface Pro 9, I don't know the full specs on this one specifically, but many of them have multi-touch points now. Usually it's over 10, and that allows you to rest your palm or your wrist on it, and it's not picking it up while you're still able to write. Yeah. And so really, really nice stuff. One of the things that I recommend for devices where you draw on or color on, not only look at getting different tips for your pens, and the pen will be an extra cost, just so you know. But also there's a company that makes a screen protector called Paperlight, and that's what or Paperlike, sorry, and that's what I use for my iPad, and then we've done that on other tablets as well. But it feels just like it says, like paper, so it's a lot nicer to draw on and handwrite on. So that was the Surface Pro 9 for $885.
Yeah, this is the Windows option if you're doing a little Mac.
Yes.
If you're more familiar with the Windows side, that's what you can go.
Totally.
Okay, next is a 2021 12.9-inch M1 iPad Air. So if you were wanting like the pen type, like I guess style, but you want like an Apple product, you can also get a keyboard for this device. You can get a keyboard and a pen, and kind of have like a combo, but still be in the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah, but it's $800 on sale without the keyboard. Now, notice these days, Logitech and a few others have made some really good keyboards at a very low cost, and so you don't have to splurge for the Apple products, indefinitely. Because I've even seen a few content creators that have shared, and we can put a link in the comments, but they've also shared alternatives for pens that work as good or better than the Apple version, and you're not spending hundreds of dollars additional. Yeah. So, I mean, that's something to consider here. $800 for a tablet, very, very good deal. It's the M1 version. Yeah. And so what's nice about that is the software that you're going to be able to install on your tablet could mirror your phone, as well as could mirror a M1 Mac if you go that route. Yeah. And so having an app that would work on all of them is something that the M1 brought that wasn't previously existing with the previous processors. The Intel processors segmented the operating systems differently. And so what was on your phone wasn't available on your iPad, wasn't available on your PC. Now it's all kind of, breaking that boundary line there. Yeah. And so that's something I like about it.
If you're working from one device, you can continue on another device.
Correct. So that's something I like about the Apple ecosystem is that ability to have the M1 architecture kind of unifying it all. Yeah. And so, if this is an option for you, we'll put a link in the description and, share some, screen protectors as well as the alternatives for the keyboard and mice. And I don't know if Hezekiah has one available, but, they're like a magnet, and so they stick to it. And so it folds out just like a laptop. It's got the touchpad mouse. You can actually still pair a Bluetooth mouse, just like Hezekiah has here,
or a Bluetooth keyboard,
or a Bluetooth keyboard if you wanted a full size item and you just wanted to have like a folio, some can have, where you just rest it on something and then you have a full blown
or you
keyboard
just fold
mouse.
it fully back.
Totally, but yeah, a lot of the pens, Apple calls theirs the pencil, and so a lot of them look the same way. And you can get different, various versions of this. Yeah. I even recommend exploring different tips. Yep. And then the case, it's not only magnetic, but it also gives another port for charging or another device. So you have the port on this side, and the port on this side. Yeah. You have speakers on both sides of the iPad. And then the only thing I think they failed at this when they were putting it together is they kept the FaceTime and another camera on the side instead of up at the top center.
This is the Pro. So the new Airs, and I think the new, I forgot what generation, but
they rotate?
They all have
Sweet. So that's another benefit to the Surface that we covered a minute ago. You want a tablet that's going to function as close to a PC or a laptop computer as possible. Yeah. And so when you rotate, you would want the camera to be at eye level kind of thing. And so that's a great design. I'm glad they did that. And another thing to call out in both the Surface and the new iPads, they are USB-C charging. And so many of these items, actually, now that I'm looking at them, are all going to be USB-C charging.
All these on the entire series is USB-C.
Perfect. So you won't have to go out and buy a bunch of different adapters and dongles and charging stations. And so this should help kind of keep your ecosystem unified there as well. Yeah. All right, Hezekiah, what do we have for the last one?
Okay, last one is a more premium and like a little more beefier laptop. It's a 2023 15-inch M2 MacBook Air. I believe they released this one a couple months ago because everyone was like, we need a bigger a MacBook Air. So they released a 15-inch, and now it's one of their best-selling MacBooks yet. It's $1,050 on sale on Amazon.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
So something that you might consider if you have not looked at Apple's website and signed up for a student discount. This is for school. True. A good call out for many of these options, at least I think Microsoft does this as well, is go ahead and try to register your school in their system to get the student discount. And there's a chance that you can save a couple $100 additionally, on top of the pricing that we have here. Yeah. But yeah, this 15-inch is very beefy. M2 class, is this the Pro or the standard?
Standard.
Standard M2. And then it's the latest. And so you're going to have, software updates, all of those things for a long period of time, as well as a lot of the functional and software, issues when the M1s initially rolled out, already being patched, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, as Hezekiah said, it is more premium. It is going to be a larger screen. And so if you're a typer and you want to have a little bit bigger screen real estate, this is going to be something
and
that's
a bit
good
brighter
for you.
as well.
And then, you're going to have a much brighter screen, as well as, all the storage that goes along with it. A lot of these start off at the very least at a terabyte. Obviously you have larger options, but that's just something to consider if you need a little bit more horsepower and then a little bit more, ports and things like that on the system itself, or able to plug into the system itself. Whereas something like the Surface or the iPad, as you can see, the iPad itself only has one port unless you get their keyboard that has an additional port. And so those are just things to consider, like what is your student workflow going to look like. Some honorable mentions that I would even say here that we don't have in this mix is the fact that Google Chromebooks are still an option. Sure. They're not near as robust, a lot cheaper, but also a lot cheaper hardware. And so it really is going to come down to, what are you doing in school? Will this be a device that you also use for personal use of any kind? Things like that to consider, because if you're going to use it to make money doing, like, let's say you're a graphical artist. Well, you want to get a system that also allows you to learn the software and run the software, as well as utilize it to make money. And so those are some things to think about. But once again, go ahead and apply for that student discount. Many of them will allow you just to type the name of the school and it will search it for you, and you can save some additional money. Any other things that we should call out?
Nope, I think that's it.
All right, so if you are not aware, this is a Tech Tuesday segment we show every week here on this channel. Would you subscribe? Would you share it with somebody so that they can find out what's going on? And if you have any questions or ideas for future videos, future topics, any of the above, please put a comment down below. We will answer it. We're happy to talk about and kind of brainstorm some of these with you. We might even share some of our system configurations if you have a specific request. But let us know if this is something that you like us talking about, and we'll stay tuned for next week when we cover the best computers for work. All right, see you next time. From Abide Global, I'm Chris.
I'm Hezekiah.
And we'll talk to you soon.